What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It's episode number 19. We are back. It is a brand new season as our third year at the Castan gets underway and our first year in the Premier League on the back of our promotion last season, winning the playoffs after beating Sheffield United 3-1. And our starting budget for the new season, 32 mil, which I would say is fair. And don't forget, we're also going to get 7.5 mil once the Sibley deal goes through as well. So updated budget will be on the screen for you. It's going to be around 37.5 million, I'd say. That, to me, for our first year in the Premier League, as a low commercial value team, is realistic and fair. I'm happy with that. Although, of course, as you look at the team for Season 3. Do you remember I said towards the end of last season, next year, no matter what division we're playing in, we need to improve our depth? Yeah, we can literally only just make a bench for the Premier League with what will be a 20-man squad. So, slightly concerning, and no doubt about it, that will be our strategy for the new season. And of course, don't forget, now it is Season 3, we will need to have one more youth player in the starting 11 at all times. So, mostly it was Lowe and Higgins last season. Of course, Amin started a lot, Malik started a lot. Did Dior have a potential upgrade? No, still exciting prospect. But, and Amid, of course, needs a new deal. But, yeah, we're going to need at least one more youth player in the team. At the moment, we don't really have anyone. I think I'm probably going to recall Juanid, who has grown to 67 overall. Because not only do we need the depth, but he could be one of those starters in the team right now. It's, as Teddy retains his potential special, it's a concern for us, no doubt about it. Not only having to use another youth player, which means we'll have another lowly rated player in our squad, but also, it's a small squad of its own, with very little quality. I don't really know what we're going to do in this summer window. Obviously, Amin's going to get a new deal with his contract coming at the end of the season. I probably will give Ollie one, though I'll think about it for now and leave him. But, yeah, I don't really know what to do this season. We've got a bit of money, but I don't know how to spend it. Well, number one tip is, of course, to bring players in on free transfers. And I'm quite lucky as well, because I was doing some manual searching last season, and I found at Millwall, Jaffet Tanganga, the ex-Spurs lad, had his contract coming at the end of the year. The Lions didn't extend it, so no doubt about it, this will be my number one signing. He might have the low stamina I don't like, but we need the bodies here, and he's got first team quality as well to at least come off the bench. Yep, we're a big fan of Jaffet down at the Den. He's been solid since coming in from Spurs, and I'm glad that in this save he's been released from Millwall and now will come to us on a 4-year, 20 grand a week, most expensive contract to save, but definitely justifying it at 75 overall. Some much needed quality for the top tier. Welcome to the Kassam Stadium, Jaffet Tanganga. Yep, can play fullback, can play centre back, can play defensive mid as well, but to me, I will be playing him in that centre back position. Malik, as much as I'm keen on this lad going forward, in the Premier League would just get torn apart. I needed a first team centre after partner Brody. I've got one in straight away. Yeah, that's the thing I'm worried about this season. I have no doubt with 32 mil, whilst it's not a lot in modern day football, we'll have enough money to bring in some first team quality players to the Premier League, but we need to use those youth players as well. We have to use 3 now, so that's going to be Amin at 65 overall, Lowe and Higgins, if we don't use Dior, who I just don't think is going to be good enough this season. So I don't know what to do, because if you look at the youth players we've got right now, the natural choice would probably be Warner. Sibley's just gone, and thus you could have this guy coming back at 69 overall, but it's still quite lowly rated. It's still not that great, and I don't know if I want to recall him and know that his potential might possibly not improve as much, as opposed to staying out and getting first team football. It's so annoying. The one save where loaning hasn't improved my players overall as much is this save where it's the most important. How typical is that? And I might as well show the academy right now as well. The highest rated is Bobby Freeman at 65 overall, who is going to get a pro deal as he's 17 years old now, and I don't want him to ask for a pro deal during the season, and I forget about it like I did last year as we lost our New Zealand midfielder. But yeah, it's going to be a really tough one this year for what we do with the youth players. I'm hoping, where is he? Where's Freeman? Is he a CDM? Oh, he's a CDM. Oh, showing great potential. I'm hoping that before the window comes to an end, one of these players will get an overall spike, and then I can recall them before the end of the summer window and then start them. At the moment, that's my best strategy, I think. And so if you want to fill the squad out on the cheap, best way to do that are, of course, the freebies. Couple here that I'm definitely going to go after as well. Max Aaron's career has really stalled, man. There was once a time where he was looking like he's going to be one of the best young right-backs in England. Never really worked out. Now, of course, with Rangers on loan this season, he's came back and been released by Bournemouth. I'm picking up for the U's. Let's bring him in. Yeah, really don't think he's going to get much better now at 27 years old, but we need Premier League experience if we're to have any chance of surviving this year, and this guy alongside Jaffet has got a little bit of it, especially with Norwich. So coming in on a 5-year deal, 21 grand a week, now our new highest earner after a few hours. Welcome to the Kassam Stadium, Max Aarons. Yeah, a bit of a shame really, because again, there was a time where we first burst on the scene with Norwich. This guy looked like he was going to be one of the best right backs in English football. He was going to go to a big club and he was going to be a star in the Premier League for many years. Just never really happened for him, but he's still got the ability, no doubt about it. I think he'll show it at Ibrox this year as well on loan, but now at the Kassam as well. He'll give us a chance at us staying up this year with that first team quality. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like he's got the ability that Amin doesn't. You know, like coming in at 35, he's 10 ratings higher. 10 ratings higher. And of course, we've got to make sure we use those youth players. I need another youth player in the first 11 now, alongside Lowe and Higgins, because again, it's season 3, so I need 3. But I mean, that's a massive gap. 10 ratings there. That's almost what you'd call bronze to gold, really. So I really don't know what to do, really. Well, I said personally, send the scouts back out. Send the scouts back out. Now, I could make a bold call and release my scout and try and find a 5-star. But if I don't, then I've just wasted a load of money. I'm very reluctant here, I'm not going to lie. Because obviously our main scout, 5-star, 4-star, is almost as good as it can be. But even though the judgment is the most important rating, not only are these 2 scouts worse, but also 2-star experience means that we're only going to find a few players per month as opposed to a 4-star or what could be 5-star that will pick us up the maximum available. I say do it. Because ultimately this save needs the world-class youth players. So I say do it. We've got to do it. So that's what I was afraid of, man. Not even a 5-star judgment scout. I mean, we've got plenty of time before the season, the window comes to an end. So I just keep on waiting until a 5-star becomes available. Normally, one does after a few weeks. Let's go get Masengo in as well. Released by Burnley, 25 years old. Don't have the full scout report on him, but like Max Aarons, he's going to be around mid-70, I would say. And that's more than good enough to be a starter in his team, if not come off the bench. Nice versatility and energy as well. Great passing stats and defensive stats too. Let's go bring him in. I promise I won't only sign free agents, but you can't blame me for doing so for the first 3. Needing to fill this squad out, and I mean needing to. It's the best way to do things, especially with a relatively small budget. And I'm happy all 3 signings coming in. So on a 5-year, 20 grand a week, welcome to the Kassam, Han Noah Masengo. Yeah, definitely a good defensive midfielder here that can play alongside Hugo at CDM, because again, I did say that for this season I would probably drop Cameron Browning to the bench, but also could fill in at right back as well with the stats he's got too. Smart little pickup on a freebie, I'll take it. So I believe that the new scouts start on the Thursday, I think, so just going to get there and see if we do have a scout that's available for 5 stars. I need one. I don't mind if it's a 4-star experience, but I need a 5-star judgment. And, perfect, 5-star. Philip Norberg from Sweden. And do you know what? Would that being the case? Okay, that's where I'm going to send him. I'm going to send him to Sweden. Haven't scouted Scandinavia yet. Let's go to Sweden and look for that next Zlatan Ibrahimovic. No, really, we don't need a striker, do we? So what should we look for from Sweden? What kind of player should we go for? Well, obviously centre-half, definitely. We're looking for a great centre-back in this team. I don't know whether those Trinidad and Tobago goalkeepers are going to make it, really. So I could go for a Swedish goalkeeper too. Maybe a midfielder. Really, I could go anywhere here. I'm going to go for a... Do you know what? I'm going to go for a goalkeeper. I'm going to go for a Swedish goalkeeper, because we desperately need a long-term successor coming, and I'm not sure those Trinidad goalkeepers are going to be good enough. They might be, but they also might not. I'm going to go for a Swedish goalkeeper and see what we can find. With a 5-star, there's got to be someone class. I could hopefully throw in the first season. Now, previously, we have been sending a scout to England for the local talents to find. But I think because we've already got several good English players, and we are trying to make this side quite multicultural, I'm actually going to send one of my scouts back to New Zealand after last season. Because I want one from every nation we scout, man. And I dropped the ball with New Zealand last year. So we'll go back in for a New Zealand box-to-box. I messed it up last season. That was my fault for that one. We'll go back for New Zealand for a box-to-box as well. And I really don't like specifying player types and roles. Like I don't think it works. I really don't think it works as well as just casting the biggest net possible. And that's what I hope for next year in FC, they bring back the opportunity to just scout wherever you want. To scout whatever kind of player you want. You know, it doesn't need to specify a position. The scout will just find whoever they can. And for the final scout, let's go to North America. I don't think we've done Canada, Mexico, or the USA yet. So let's go with Canada. We'll do 3 months there and see what we can find as we look for a new Jonathan David, possibly as the backup for Michael Higgins. And then once these missions finish, the 3 months ones, then we'll send them back out for 6 months as well. So New Zealand again, because I messed up last season. Canada and Sweden for 9 months as well, where we must find an elite goalkeeper. We need one. Yeah, Dennis has 75 to 81 potential, and I get it, that's still quite good, but is it going to be good enough? Do you know what I mean? And at 14, we have to wait 2 years before we can even give him a pro deal. As for Chad Gray, his overall is somewhat low, and he's 18, and I'm not sure what his potential is going to be either. He could still be all right, but is he going to be elite? I'm not too sure about that. I don't know what to do, man. Seriously, I really don't know what to do with this. I think recalling Kwanid is probably the most likely outcome here, I think. He or Warner, that CAM who's now 69 overall. I'll give it a few weeks, see if they have an overall spike. If not, though, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I did say one thing we could do this year is put players on development plans, but only improve either one of the weak foot or the skill moves. So I think we're going to have to do it, really. It's the only way we're going to get our players up quickly enough. The lucky thing about Amin is that he does actually have a 5-star skill move rating. So with that being the case, I think it's fair that we can put him on a development plan in that regard. So that'll see quicker growth for our Bangladeshi fullback. But as for Teddy and for Higgins as well, I don't want to do it. I really don't, man. Because, like I said, I just don't want 5-star. But again, if it's only one, then fair enough. But for Higgins as well, I don't want him to have 5-star skill moves. I just don't think it suits him. Do you know what I mean? But then, am I going to have him being 15 weeks for the next growth plan? Whereas it could be 8 or possibly even 7? Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. I'll give Teddy a 5-star week foot. I think he probably justifies that. But I don't know what to do, man. I really don't. I must be the only career mode player on YouTube that believes the EA should change those development plans to a point where they can improve weak foot and skill move, but only by a maximum of 2. And I have seen some comments, and a few people have been saying, well, Doxy Boy, why don't you do that yourself, mate? Why don't you only allow a player to improve either the skill move or the weak foot by a maximum of 2? The reason why is because I'll forget. Like, I'm just being totally honest, man. I will forget to take them off the development plan, and before I know it, I've got unicorns all over the field. So, yeah, that's why I haven't done that, because I know it's a good idea, but I'll forget it. Well, there are a few players in the championship we could go after for this season. I think Amari Hutchinson's going to be... might just be able to afford him. I'm not sure if I want to do what we did last year and just spend all our money on one player. Jaden Philogene is definitely a target of mine, no doubt about that. Crescencio Somerville, that was relegated with Leicester last year as well. But I think I am going to go after Karamoko Dembele. Of course, last season we really wanted him. We just about ran out of money, and in the end he chose to go to Millwall. But obviously the brother of Siriki, who we had in Season 1, who was really good for us. I said I wanted his younger brother in at some point, and now we're in the Premier League, got the Premier League money as well. With that left foot and those great technical stats as well, playing in that Sibley role CAM or off the right flank, he'd be an ideal fit too. Let's go bring him in. His older brother was fantastic in Season 1. It was my big regret of last season. I shouldn't have sold him on the cheap, but I always planned to replace him with his younger brother at some point in the save. It was supposed to be last season, but I guess I don't mind. It's this year, our first year in the Premier League, coming in for, I think it was £11.5 million total on a 5-year, 23 grand a week. Another pricey contract for us now. All 4 of our highest earners are our new 4 signings. So coming in, 5-year deal. Welcome to the Kassam Stadium, Karamoko Dembele. Yet the concern about this guy is not the potential. The concern is not the pace. It's the strength. As we know, Karamoko is a little lad, only 5'6" and 39 for strength. It's really concerning, especially in a physical league like the Premier League, but the technicals are very impressive, and he's still getting better as well. To replace Louis Sibley, this is a really, really good fit. But I know what you're saying, Doxy boy, it still doesn't solve your problem, son. It still doesn't solve your problem. You still need to have a youth player in the team. I don't know who it's going to be. At the moment, it has to be Amin, because it's not going to be Malik at 64 overall. And granted, Amin is only one rating higher, but he's had 2 full years of first-team football. Dembele, I think, for me, is going to start. I'll probably have, him on the right-hand side with that left foot. That's our team for the moment. We've still got a bit of money remaining, but it's not looking good. Again, it's the youth players. That's the problem. So just loaned out Malik for the season. He's off to Norway, so fingers crossed he'll grow there. Because again, good potential, but the overall is just far too low, and he needs to improve ASAP. And so, as you're about to advance, we're about to see the first free scouting updates of the season, and we shall. Where is it? Where is it? I thought we had it in the first week, didn't we? Didn't we? Where? Oh, there we go. The first free scouting updates, and here we go. Fingers crossed, man. We need a gem from Sweden, and I'll save that for last, man, because I need one. From Canada, we've got a great players overall, but a poor potential, so no point wasting our time on that. Not a great start. Connor Burns could be all right, to be fair. High weekly wage given initially. Oh, they all have high weekly wages. What? I thought that was based on the overall of the player. Okay, well, we'll keep on scouting Burns for now. Oh, and I'm kind of glad in the end I messed up with New Zealand last year, because already there's a couple of players, well, one good player at least, who could be really good. Archie Stokes. I'm going to put him straight in the academy, man. Already 55-75 overall, and the potential could be quite good as well. Sweden, please. Please. My fingers are crossed holding the controller, man. I need a gem from this nation here. Well, those two definitely aren't going to make it. A guy at the top could be quite good. Oh, okay, all right. And, well, two decent ones there. Thomas Lindqvist and Victor Hansson. The only problem is he's only 14, so it'll take him a long time. But he's got 56-76 overall already. I think I'll just keep scouting the three, but all three of them could be quite good. And that lad from New Zealand, how good does he look as well? Okay, not in the top 3. That's never a good sign. But he could be all right. Again, he's already 63 overall. So, do you know what? I'm going to give him a pro deal straight away. I'm not making the same mistake as last year, man, when I got rid of my only New Zealand player. I want to make sure every nation we scout, we have at least one player from that nation. Does he have any potential? Any potential at all? I'll take anything. I'll take anything. Yep, showing great potential. We'll add that. And we'll add him straight to the loan list as well. There we go. Blackburn. Oh, Blackburn putting a bid in for Stokes. Do you know what? Oh, it's a sale. No, you can have him on loan. You're not taking him permanently. I might actually go ahead and give that Swedish goalkeeper a scholarship, you know, because we need one. We've only got one goalkeeper, and I never like to do that. Not just for the lack of realism, but just because I want one anyway. But 56-76 overall, we can at the very least check his potential. But it is the first month of 9. Nah, I say it. We'll find someone else. We'll find someone else soon enough that will probably be a little better as well. Right, let's jump into a first game of the season then, and it's going to be a tough one as well to kick off our first ever game in the Premier League. It is Newcastle United away at St James's Park, heading into this. Well, for the new season, there's no doubt about it. Every single pundit has predicted us finishing 20th of the Premier League, and all I'm saying in our first season is this: let's just stay above the bottom 3. That's all I want from our first season. Even that is going to be an incredibly different ask. So yeah, first game of the first season in the Premier League, Newcastle away at St James's. I think any point we can claim away from home this season will be a good one, and I'll certainly take it on match day 1. Magpies away, our first ever Premier League game. Come on, the U's. So at the moment, the plan is going to be we start Amin at either left back or right back, Curry or Aaron's in the team on the other side, depending on where Amin is. Low at CAM, Higgins up top. That's the 3. That's the 3, because at some point, one of those players will need a breather. And then who plays? So at the moment, the only 3 players have got in a team now. So I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't. It's just so typical. Like the one save, like quite literally the one save I do where we loan out our youth players, we don't have the overall growth that I pretty much always do. In every other save I do. Go on, Hugo. All the way, son. Oh! Every other save I do when I loan out my youth players, at least one player has a nice overall spike and comes back good enough to start in my team. The one save it doesn't is the one save I need one. It's typical. Alexander Isak, as his pass deflects into the path of Gordon, across to Camavinga, coming with the save, and across to the far post. Is Gordon not offside there? No, he isn't. And in the following shot, hits the stanchion. as it goes behind for a goal kick. Cumming is going to have one busy season this year with our reasonably poor back line and, of course, being the weakest side in the league. He is going to have a really tough year. Championship Golden Glove winner last year. I don't think we win the Premier League Golden Glove this year. Second half's going to get underway. We are still deadlocked at 0-0. And I would definitely take this on match day 1. A clean sheet for the boys in the back. Oh, Cumming, great save. And a point away at St James's. No one is going to say no to that on your first game in the Premier League. Long second half to go though. Long second half to go. Cumming, good save there, but I feel confident at some point the Magpies will break the deadlock. Jamie Cumming has made a couple of really important saves in this game as well to keep it at 0-0. Cross to the middle. Oh, and he couldn't make that save there. Thankfully the woodwork on hand to bail me out. Alexander hits the frame of the goal. And it remains at 0-0 for now. It's going to be all hands on deck for the final half an hour, man. It's like a training exercise out there. Us just trying to kill as much clock as possible, trying to keep holding the ball, and the Magpies desperate to find a late winner. 6 to play, just trying to grind out the point now if I can. Long throw into the middle. Isak, oh, I don't believe it. Long throw into the middle. Miscommunication. Had 2 yellow shirts next to Alexander. Both heard the shout, leave it. Neither went to clear it. Isak with the winner, Newcastle win it. Well, I won't sit there and deny it. We were beaten by the better team, but what a stupid way to lose the point. I mean, honestly, right at the end, well, we defended reasonably well. One lapse in concentration, but that's all it takes in the Premier League, man. You might get away with it in the Football League, you don't in the top tier. Alexander with the winner, Newcastle get the 3 points. Positives on the opening day, but no points. Do you know what? We're not ending on that, man. We're playing one more. I'm going to try and get our first Premier League points of the season in the season opener. Okay, and we'll do match day 2 today as well. It's our first game at the Castle in the Premier League, and it's going to be Aston Villa coming to Oxford for match day 2. Disappointing way to lose our first point on the opening day. Let's put it right in our first game at home. Come on, the U's. What a stupid way to lose a point. Like, seriously, a long throw into the box. What is this, Stoke in the late noughties? Like, come on, that is just stupid. Oh dear, I don't know. It's positives though, positives. We had a half a chance through Hugo early and we weren't that bad. It's not we got steamrolled and turned over. Oh, as Higgins fires wide early. I think it's going to be all about the home form this year. When we're at the Castle, we've got to get enough points here at home to make sure that when we're away and we'll barely get anything, let alone a point at best, we're going to be all right to survive. That's going to require a lot of big wins and big scouts this season in Oxford, though. If we can start with one here against Aston Villa, that will make me feel a lot more confident. That's going to be a booking for Higgins when the play stops as well. And it's Darwin Nunez is through. The Courage Maka can't stop him. And that's what Al Hilal fans we hoping for. Now he's joined Saudi Arabia. Brilliant finish, 1-0. The ex-Liverpool man with the opener. You know I don't like to end on a loss, but if I was going to stick to that philosophy today, this video might be about 4 hours long, because it might take a while till we get our first win in the Premier League, I feel. Dembele does really well there. And then Hugo is just... We just look a bit off the pace to start the season off. And that's not really a surprise for a newly promoted team. But yeah, haven't quite got to the pace of the Premier League yet. But you can't leave it too long. Otherwise, we'll already be in a mountain of trouble about a quarter way through the season. Kumas at the double. It is going to be back-to-back losses. I just want a consolation in our first 2 games. I'll just take a goal. I feel for the next episode, it's going to be absolutely crucial. Like, we're going to need to make at least one. Oh, what a ball. Coming, can you get there? Oh no, Jamie's off, and actually that's a huge blow because we don't have a backup goalkeeper. We don't have a backup goalkeeper, so as Coming is sent off, who's going to go in goal? We don't have a backup goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper has been sent off for the first time in about 12 years. I've had a goalkeeper red card. Yeah, I have to swap him, but I don't have a reserve GK. So how am I going to do this? He'll have to come off. We'll just put Teddy in there for now, but I can't play with a backup goalkeeper because I don't have one. So Cumming is definitely deserving of the red card, but Teddy is going to go in goal for the rest of the half. Looking like Harry Kane out there. Or Rio Ferdinand possibly. I think John O'Shea went in goal once, and I don't know what we're going to do, man. Well, that Swedish goalkeeper is for sure getting a deal in the next episode because he needs to now. This is an absolute nightmare, by the way. Like, literally a nightmare start to the season. I mean, the best thing about this challenge is it's exactly what I was looking for to close out FC25. Something really fun, but also something very challenging and difficult as well, as Teddy's got no chance of saving anything as Villa make it free. This is what I wanted, a challenge, but I feel like I've bitten off more than I could chew. And our goal difference is going to take a massive hammering here as well. We're going to have to tighten up big time in order to make sure we don't concede a 4th, 5th, maybe 6th goal. There is the 4th. Nunez makes it 4. Oxford United, welcome to the Premier League. This is literally a nightmare of sleep paralysis proportions. This is literally as bad as it could have been to start the campaign off. Well, in the grand scheme of things, this could have been a lot worse than 4, and it is. It's 5. Oh my god! I wanted a challenge. I asked for this, but this is a bit too much for me, I think. Especially with our youth player rule as well. That's it. I think we should keep it at 5, I hope. But that's it for today's episode and the season opener. If you've enjoyed it, guys, please do drop a like. I've got no idea what we're going to do in the next episode, man. We need to do something, otherwise we're already going to be staring down the barrel of an embarrassing Derby County low points-esque relegation coming the end of the season. It already feels we're on our way to that. We'll need to make at least one more signing. We'll have more scouting updates, and hopefully we will get our first Premier League points of the campaign. But that is a tough wake-up call. Welcome to the Premier League, Oxford United. It is going to be as tough as it sounds. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. We are screwed right now.